She was engaged to a future senator. Her wedding was already on the society calendar. The venue was chosen, the guest list approved, the future decided. And yet, on a rain-soaked night in Brooklyn, everything changed. The rain fell heavy, not gentle, not romantic, heavy. The kind that blurs headlights and floods sidewalks, the kind that makes the city feel smaller. Charlotte Whitmore gripped the steering wheel of her black Range Rover. The engine sputtered, then died. Silence. Except for the rain. She tried again. Nothing. Her dashboard flickered. Warning lights blinked like accusations. Her phone battery read 3%. Roadside assistance said 1 hour. 1 hour in the dark. 1 hour in Brooklyn. Charlotte exhaled slowly. This was not her world. She belonged to marble floors, security gates, private elevators, controlled environments. Not this. Not tonight. Lightning flashed across the sky. For a brief second, the street lit up. Closed shops, graffiti, water rushing along the curb, and then darkness again. She checked the time. Daniel would be waiting. Dinner at 8, donors at 9, photos by 10. Her life was measured in appointments, in strategy, in appearances. Another flash of lightning, and this time, she saw someone across the street. A man stepping out of a small auto garage, no umbrella. Sleeves rolled up, watching her stalled car. He hesitated, then crossed the street, rain soaking through his shirt, boots splashing through water, steady steps, no rush, no fear. Charlotte locked the doors automatically. Her heart beat faster. The man stopped beside her window, knocked once, calm. She lowered the window slightly, just enough to hear. "You stalled," he said. His voice was low, not threatening, just matter of fact. "I noticed," she replied. He almost smiled. "Pop the hood. Let me take a look." She hesitated, then pressed the release. What choice did she have? He walked to the front, lifted the hood. Rain poured over metal. Steam rose faintly. He leaned in, hands moving confidently, like he understood machines. Like this was simple. Charlotte watched him through the windshield. No performance. No attempt to impress her. Just focus. Just work. After a few minutes, he returned. "Starter issue," he said. "Loose connection. Give me 10 minutes." She blinked. 10? Roadside assistance said an hour. He shrugged slightly. Sometimes you don't need a company. You just need someone who knows. She studied him more carefully now. Oil-stained hands, strong posture, clear eyes. Not intimidated. Not curious about her car. Not impressed by the brand. "What's your name?" she asked. "Ethan. Ethan Carter." "Charlotte." He nodded, like that was enough. Like he did not need her last name. The rain softened slightly, still falling, but quieter, almost listening. Ethan worked without speaking, tightened something, adjusted something else, checked the wiring twice, precise, calm, focused. Charlotte stepped out of the car. Rain immediately soaked her coat. She didn't care. She stood beside him, watching. "You always rescue strangers?" she asked. "Only the ones stranded in storms." She almost laughed. It surprised her. When was the last time she laughed without calculation? Within 15 minutes, he closed the hood. "Try it now." She slid back inside, turned the key. The engine roared to life. Smooth, stable, alive. Relief washed over her. "Thank you," she said, reaching for her purse. "How much?" Ethan shook his head. "It was nothing." "Nothing? You stood in the rain." He wiped his hands with a cloth. "Sometimes people just need help, that's all." She stared at him, confused. In her world, nothing was free. Everything had a cost. Everything had a motive. "Why didn't you ask who I was?" she asked quietly. He looked at her carefully. "Because you're a person, not a headline." Something shifted inside her. Small, but real. Across the street, a black sedan idled, engine running, windows tinted, watching. Inside the sedan, a phone camera lifted. Click. Back on the sidewalk, Charlotte felt something unfamiliar. Stillness. "You looked unhappy when I walked up," Ethan said. "You okay?" The question was simple, but no one had asked her that in a long time. Not really. "I'm fine," she answered automatically. He held her gaze. "You don't look fine." For a second, she considered telling the truth about expectations, about pressure, about a life that never paused. But instead, she said, "Thank you." Again. She stepped into her car, closed the door, but didn't drive immediately. Through the rain-streaked glass, she saw him walking back to the garage, shoulders steady, no glance back, no performance, no number exchanged, no attempt. And that was what unsettled her most. She drove toward Manhattan, bridges glowing in the distance, city lights reflecting on wet pavement. Her phone buzzed. 2% battery, one new message from Daniel. "Where are you?" She stared at the screen, then locked it. The black sedan followed at a distance, far enough not to be obvious, close enough not to lose her. In Manhattan, the world looked different. Tall glass towers, doormen, clean sidewalks, controlled light. She parked, stepped out. The rain had stopped, but her thoughts had not. Inside the penthouse, warm lighting, crystal glasses, low political conversation. Daniel Whitmore stood near the window. A suit perfect, smile practiced. "You're late," he said calmly. "Car trouble?" He looked at her carefully. "You should use the driver. It's safer." Safer. The word lingered. She nodded. Of course. Across the room, a television played muted news coverage. Daniel's campaign, poll numbers rising. Future senator, future power, future control. Charlotte excused herself early, retreated to the balcony. The city stretched below, bright, loud, demanding. But her mind was not here. It was back in Brooklyn, in the rain, with a man who fixed something and asked nothing. Her phone buzzed again. This time, a photo. Unknown sender. She opened it. Her car, her standing beside Ethan, captured clearly. 4 words underneath. "She's with the mechanic." Her heart slowed. Not fear, not yet. Awareness. Across the city, in a quiet office, a man looked at the same photo. He did not smile. He did not speak. He simply stared. Back on the balcony, Charlotte closed her eyes. The rain had stopped, but something else had begun. Sometimes storms do not destroy your life. Sometimes they reveal it. The rain had ended, but the storm had just begun.